I have a confession to make. The truth is, I've been hiding something. And it's definitely not this paracord mess that I've been hiding from you under the table where I shoot these videos.
Oh! Ew! What the f?
Although I do need to clean that up. It's that as YouTube's biggest paracord crafting channel, I might have been misleading you because I am in fact horrible with knots. But let me explain. So my name is Tim, and you may or may not know, I use this stuff here, Paracord, a multi-purpose nylon rope to make really cool things, like bracelets, skill toys, and all sorts of practical use items. However, in terms of real-world practical knots, I'm not actually the greatest. To be fair though, before you call me liar, I've never claimed to be a knot expert, Boy Scout, or bushcraft guy that knows the best useful knots. I might have called myself a paracord scientist though. Anyhow, to cure my imposter syndrome, I am fraud checking myself today. I'll be sharing 5 knots that are actually useful in everyday life. And these are actual knots I personally use. And the paracord used in this video is from paracordweavers.com. So number 1, the slip knot. Looks simple because it is, and you tie it just by passing a bite through a loop. But I use this all the time when I'm at the grocery store at the produce section. Instead of using a basic overhand knot to close the produce bag, I use this instead because I can very easily open it just by pulling on the end. Yes, I know you can just rip the bag open like a savage, but I like to reuse these bags for my organic waste, so I save them. What's also cool about the slip knot is that it's actually part of this second knot. Knot number 2, and I just recently learned this one and it's an absolute banger. It's the Falconers Knot. I learned this one from the Bear Essentials channel, amazing knot channel by the way. You can tie it with one hand, and not only that, once tied, you can give it a pull and it will cinch closed. You tie it by placing the end of the cord over or around what you're tying it to, pinch the running end with your 2 fingers while making a thumbs up, hook that same cord with your thumb, bring it around and pull a bite through that thumb loop and cinch it tight. And when done, you can even quick release it. It's essentially a slip knot with a bite going through it. Kind of. Now this is a great knot for quickly attaching a dog leash to a pole, especially if your offhand is holding something. And it's just a great knot you can use to quickly and easily hitch your rope to something with. And knot number 3, the double overhand knot. Now I use this all the time just to tie off the end of a rope so that it doesn't fray, but it's also great for shortening hoodie or jacket strings. You can even expand it to a triple or quadruple overhand knot if you need more shortening. If you need to make a quick neck lanyard, you can tie 2 of these overhand knots around opposing ends of a piece of cord, and you now have connected those 2 ends so that they're adjustable, which makes a quick and convenient sliding knot necklace or lanyard. If you're worried about safety, you can tie the breakaway version of it by tying the same knot over a bite, so when you pull it, it just comes apart. What's also cool about this adjustable loop that you just made with these sliding overhand knots is that you can take it and make knot number 4, the Prusk, or is it Prusk? I think it's Prusk. This knot is very much like a cow hitch or lark's head knot, but with 1 extra wrap around. What's great about this is that when under tension, it doesn't move around, but when that tension is released, it can shift. I like using it to keep my extension cord bundled and organized for hanging on a pegboard. What's also great about it is that this knot can be used to make a really nice looking walking stick lanyard when combined with a couple of overhand knots. It's not something I'd use every day, but you might if you're an avid hiker or maybe a park ranger. Do you all want to see a video for this? But speaking of something you're more likely to use on an everyday basis are your tools. And to keep those tools organized, you may want to hang them somewhere, which works if the tool has a hole in it. But for tools that don't, like this hammer, you can very simply tie the next one, number 5. This tool lanyard knot starts with an overhand knot going around the handle, and then the standing end loop goes under the overhand and passes against the handle. And then you pull tight like really white knuckle tight. And you can shorten those running end knots with another overhand, and then boom, you've got a tool that's got a perfect lanyard for hanging. You can also make the loop longer for a wrist lanyard, or just keep it short for organization. Now as for a final fraud check, let's see if I can tie the Falconers Knot blindfolded. Not too shabby after a few practice runs. So, am I still a fraud? I hope not. Okay, that one was unintentional. But yeah, I think these are some really great practical knots. There are plenty more out there like the taut line hitch, Canadian jam knot, Ashley stopper, and jam hitch. In fact, drop a comment down below of your favorite practical knots and if you want to see me cover more. But for me, I find myself using these 5 more often than not.